Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Faith Building Podcast with your amazing host Vladi Kuna.
And Norman Gräter.
And whoever picked up our intro thought, there's something different today. We introduced not ourselves, but the other one. Let's try and see how it works, because we're open for ideas and we see how it is. And it leads us greatly into our today's topic. And the topic is it worth my battery? And the idea came through a newsletter from Arnold Schwarzenegger and an experience I had in South Africa during a safari. And probably you have been on a safari or a concert or wherever where you don't really know what's coming next. But especially on the safari, you know the animals are far away in the beginning, but you say, oh, probably that's the only chance to take a picture of an elephant. So you start snapping pictures with your phone or a camera and you realize, it's all blurry, it's far away, it's not really good, but at least I have something. But the moment, if you're out for a couple hours, you realize you get closer to the real animals. You see that your battery is dying down. So without a power bank, you're quite lost, because now you could have the great shots. But the fear of missing out in the beginning was so great that you snapped so many pictures in the beginning that are absolutely worthless, that you don't have any more battery for the real pictures. And that's what we want to talk about today. Is it worth my battery? So what do you think, Vladi? Is it worth your battery, what we do here and what you do in your life? Or what do you say, no, I realize this and that is not worth my battery anymore?
It's such a great subject. I love the example with pictures, because that's what we all do. And what it is we rush through everything. If we calm and stay still, we pay more attention. And yes, we would take maybe a couple of pictures at the beginning just in case, because, you never know. But then we would really, if you're in faith, and this is the reason why we both feel that we love spending time with you guys. We love giving our energy and time into the faith building podcast, because it gives us joy to start with. It really gives us joy. We have fun. We can share things we learn, because sharing is caring. And it really supports the universal laws, which we say we are doing something that raises the energy of the earth and you, because you never know what you hear. You hear one idea, if you apply it might be that one idea which takes you off like nothing. But if we're not calm enough and present enough and content and have faith, we miss the moments. Like Norman in the last episode mentioned about the battery and the moments of recording and stuff. And we pay attention, because when you're looking at the phone when you're walking, you're missing the signals, what you're asking. You're asking God and the universe for something, and the answers are coming back to you. It's you who don't pay attention for little things. And we also have expectations. And as we mentioned last time as well, expect the best. But yes, expectations need to be with faith. So really pay attention into, am I in love with what I'm doing? And that's why we're in this beautiful industry and love personal development, because I think that's the one thing we now really focus on. Who we spend time with, what are we doing? The rest is not worth of our time, because time is the most precious commodity you have.
100%. I'm just reminded by something that our friend Troy said one time when we spoke about the goal card, which goes very well hand in hand with what we started last week about the self-thought that you have about yourself. And Vladi mentioned also a cell phone. And Troy said, can you imagine you're leaving the house and you're forgetting your phone? And after, 500 meters, you realize, oh, my phone is still in the house. What would you do? And everybody said, well, I would drive back. I need my phone. Good. And he said, now imagine at another day you have your phone, but you leave the house and you realize after 500 meters, the same length that you're far away from the house, you realize, oh, I forgot my goal card at home where my goal is written on. Would you drive back? And honestly, most people said, yeah, it's just my goal card. I have the goal in my mind. Which means you would go back for your phone, which means the phone is so much more important than anything else. And the question is it worth my battery? And not a battery on the phone, but the battery called life and time. always ask yourself, is it worth my battery? Is the phone really worth my battery that I drive back home? Do I really need the phone, or do I need the phone to distract myself while I'm waiting or while I'm at the red light? Or do I really need it to contact someone that I want to meet? I mean, it's a simple question. But very often I realized, it's not worth my battery. Oh, I go there because, yeah, I'm used to go there. Do I really like to go? No. Okay, then it's not worth my battery. And maybe I could start doing something different, because as we all know, if you want to have a different result, you should do something different in the beginning. And it starts all in your mind.
Yeah, I love that example. Do you know what really it brought me to another great subject we love with Norman, and that is you love music. You book yourself for a concert and you just go somewhere or see something that you just absolutely desire to go, and then you get there and you're spending on the phone, you're taking recordings of the concert and the pose. And I've realized that you can't even take a picture because there's a million phones in front of you. So every picture you take has hundred of lights of the other mobile phones of the people in front of you. What happened to the times where in the old days, and I can actually put my hand up, not that I'm that old, but I still do remember I didn't have the mobiles, we didn't take them to all these concerts, we just didn't. It was so much great energy. We were dancing, we were talking to each other. The energy and the connections, which is your inner battery we're talking about, that fuel, we had so much more joy. We were more connected to each other and ourselves as a result. Now we worry about, because this needs to be from this side and from this side. And guys, we do work on social media. We're on social media as well. Take a couple of pictures, take a video as a reminder. I'm a picture lover, so I love taking pictures on holidays. But when you're there, take it away and spend that moment of really feeling the music and the vibration, because that battery is also running down your phone, but it's running down you. You're not being present in the moment. And I think that is very closely connected to the topic we're talking about. Are you running down the battery? If you're present in the moment, you're choosing the right things for you, because you know that those are the things that fulfill you, give you satisfaction and joy, and give you fun and happiness. It's really the whole key.
It is. And the question is, in what direction do you put your energy and your battery? And I wrote a beautiful sentence down that I want to share with you. You can give your energy to the truly important things in your life if you believe everything is important. Which means if you should still be watching the news and you have to talk about the politics and the economy and the gas prices and all those bogus things that you cannot change anyway. If you direct your energy in all those directions, you don't have any energy left for your only and true direction you want to be heading. It's, where is my vision? Where is my goal? What do I want to be or have? So the more you divert your energy into different directions, and directions that you don't want or you can't change, it's just a waste of time. And so many people say, yes, but you need to know what happens in the world. If you say what Vladi just shared, if you look at your phone, you're looking into the past. Like if I take a picture and I snap the picture, the moment I press the little red button to take a picture, the reality has already moved on. So looking at the screen, there's always a little time difference. So whenever I look at my phone, I'm looking at the past, which is the same as the news. Even if the news say it happened 2 seconds ago, it's still the past. So all the news is looking into the past that I cannot change anyway. I can just change the now. And by that, I can change the future. As long as I hook myself up to the past that I don't like, my now is not getting any better, and therefore my future is not getting any better. So is it worth my battery? Always ask yourself that with every meeting, with every phone call, with every letter you write, with every post you do. Is it worth my battery? And I decided for myself, like on social media, I'm not interested in writing 5 posts a day and hashtags and the description and stuff like that. I love stories. I love stories because I can just put the pictures in, and sometimes I write a little sentence on it or where we are. But that's basically it. More I don't want to do. And if all marketing experts say this is not how it's done, yes, then this is not how it's done. But it saves my battery for something else and something different, because posting 5 times a day is not bringing me closer to my goal unless I have fun doing it. But as I don't have fun, it does not really help.
It's amazing because it's such a great example that you should focus on you. What is it you love, not other people? Because I think most of the times we deviate from our desires because we give attention to other people, and you're losing your power. You really are. Think about your desire, which is energy. You know, your goal and your dream is a huge energy. And now observe yourself. If you spend suppressing this desire, like, oh, I don't have time and I don't have enough money, and, you know, all these beliefs that are not supporting us, that's still energy. And you're pushing it somewhere. What is causing? It's actually in the mental sort of a spiritual way. It's causing mental illness, and it will manifest in a physical life. Because remember, whatever happens in your mind, and use your imagination. And when we last episode talk about how you're directing your energy, now you can be persistent to go towards your dream and your goals. But now, are you driving that? Remember, we talk about that stored image of yourself, the concept of self, with the will, which it doesn't care which image it pushes. Remember, whether you choose to be negative or positive, the world doesn't care. The universe will say yes to everything. So you give it negative thoughts, you will manifest more negative thoughts. You will be more attracting negative energy, because that's the law. And if you are giving attention to good things, then that's what multiplies. But it's your choice. We got this beautiful, amazing life, or the life we think we don't love. It doesn't matter. You can change it right now. You don't have to, from literally listening to us right now, you can step out of it and say, no more. I will not do this way anymore. Enough is enough. And then you're activating the new energy. You made a new decision. And make no mistake, paradigms and the old beliefs want to survive. So they're going to go, hold on, we can die? You know, like the old beliefs then they will pull you back. So just embrace yourself and know that this will happen. But just look at it, hug them. You know, any negativity comes to me, I hug them, say, thank you for coming and showing me the adversity, but I no longer need you because you don't serve me. Let it go with love, because otherwise you're creating resistance, which is a wrong type of energy.
Yes, let go and let God. Our huge and one of our favorite mentors, Wayne Dyer, used to say, let go and let God. And if we look at this quote, let go and let God, which means let go of fear, let go of doubt, have more faith, like the Faith Building podcast, and let God help you, or the universe help you. And I want to go even a little further to give you the right tool, what Vladi already started, like the self-belief that we all need to change something. We need to dare to change something. Can you imagine if we just for a second believe that God created the whole world, or call it universe, or call it whatever? So in the beginning, there was a bottle of water, and we call this bottle of water God. And God created man. So which means, if you can imagine a bottle of water and I have a glass and I pour some liquid out of this water bottle into the glass. God created man. So how could he create man? Only with the stuff that he had, with himself, basically. So the water is now in the glass. What's the difference between the glass and the water? I mean, the water is the same, right? It's maybe the surrounding that looks different. One looks like a bottle, the other one looks like a glass. Then he created the woman. So we can take the glass and put a little bit of water into a second glass. But still, even the woman is made out of the same material as the man, because the man was made out of the only material that God had, himself. So now men and women come together, they create children and childs. So we put both glasses into a new glass and pour a little bit out, which means it's the same in each and every glass. And if we add this to 8 billion people, it's always the same thing in the glass. So if we could stop being afraid of, could this person hit me or sue me or kill me or whatever, and realize we are all the same, we are the same material, we just are on different paths, we are going after different experiences. But even if we would put all the water from all 8 billion glasses into, I don't know, a big swimming pool, then the glasses would be gone. But the material inside, what we call water, the soul, so would still be there, just in a different form and shape. So can we just build more faith that everything is well, and you know that I am God? I'm not the God that rules everything, but I'm part of it, like you are part of it. Can you believe that? And can you put your battery and your focus onto the things that you love with this knowing that all is well? That's the question.
I love it. It brought me straight to interviewing Neil Donald Walsh. We love this, what he says. And we probably have heard as many times, but repetition is the key, guys, for reprogramming. So let's say it again. He said God is the ocean and we're the waves. So every wave is individualized. It means every one of you can choose to be whoever you want to be. I want to be playful, I can be a playful wave. If I want to be calm, I can be a calm wave, or I can be a wild wave, or I can be a stormy wave. Like, we literally choose, obviously based on our emotions, what wave and we can turn into any kind of wave whenever we get emotionally involved. But we are separated from the ocean just because we're individualized, but we can never separate from the ocean because we're part of it. And that really beautifully blends with Norman's water metaphor, which I actually love, the way you've described it with the glasses and stuff. Because the truth is, guys, are you happy at your job? Do you do the job? Of course, we all have to. And I'm not saying quit the job if you're not happy and don't have any money to pay the bills. We do live in a 3D world, and we do have to do certain things. But do we have to? I mean, we don't have to. We want to. That's what we should say, because we can still change the decision and just move to a different country, move to a completely different life, go and live in Hawaii on the beach. You know, like, we have options, but we obviously don't desire it. So that's where it all comes in. But wherever you are right now, the energy you're giving is focus on things you love. I mean, we won't always choose 100% day that is beautiful, because the adversity is amazing, and that's why we grow. We have to have the law of polarity is here all the time. It's just which part we choose. There is this loving Vladi, but there is also the mean Vladi, and it's who am I activating? That is the key. I can become whichever emotional, on the emotional scale, and we love using Asterix's scale. I always have it in front of me with all the emotions. So do you want to be the number one, which I'm going to read you, is joy. So find joy in everything you do. You're drinking coffee, drink it with love and enjoying. Don't, or is it possible you're running into the kitchen going, I have literally 90 seconds before I hit the door, running to a work. So you press the coffee machine while you're putting the shoes on. Please, I'm not judging. I've been in there. But you don't have a joy. I definitely did not enjoy that. It was this rush through energy to grab the coffee, having it in a car while I drove to the station and running to London. And I realized the majority of my time, which was 12 to 13 hours, I've spent commuting and at work. And yes, okay, maybe career was getting better, but I thought I have no time freedom. So what is you have to balance your life with the energy. What's the point of having better financial freedom and zero time to enjoy it? I mean, that didn't work for me at all. Or you can have an amazing time freedom, but you actually have no money, so you can't actually do what you would love. You know, you have to, or you might have both, but actually your health is not good. Remember, every part of you is important. Your life path, your career, your love life, your relationships, and your money and your health. Because if any one of them is out of alignment completely, then we can't really live the fulfilled, satisfied life. So really, that is that unity when we are oneness, and you are perfect the way you are. And I'll hand you to Norm.
100% agreed. And if you think, yes, but how can this be? My health should be 100% and my finances and my relationship, that's not possible. Can you go back to Vladi's example from Neil Donald Walsh with the ocean, that God, the universe is the ocean, the whole ocean, and you're one individual wave. And the ocean just does not care if you make a backflip, if you make a 20-meter wave, or if you're flat. It just doesn't matter. The thing is that you sometimes say, I'm not quite sure if something big is coming my way, like a whale, if we stay in the ocean model. The whale is already in the ocean. It's swimming through other waves right now. So it could be swimming through your wave. But the moment you're in lack, the moment you're pushing it away, like, I don't deserve it, it's not for me, I don't like it, what we already had in the last episode, the whale is swimming around your wave. So the question is not if the whale is in the ocean. The only question is, when is the whale swimming through my individual wave? Whatever your whale might be, or it could be a dolphin or a little Nemo or whoever you want to have in the ocean. And I think for myself, this relaxes me a lot. This gives me so much faith and joy and pure pleasure to realize, hey, everything is already here. I just have to be still and wait and know that everything that I want and deserve is already in the ocean. And if I have a strong desire, it will come to me eventually, one day. And if we go from it needs to be here now, that's the voice of the ego, and say, hey, creation over a lifetime. Let's just create over a lifetime, because we have a full lifetime full of time. So why do we want to rush? Because if we make the first million, we make the second and the third, it does not help. And my last thought for today brings me to a book that I'm currently reading, where the author says he interviewed many, many people that were millionaires and multimillionaires. And he always asked them the same question, like, how much more money would you need to be happy? And he realized most people said between 2, 3, and sometimes 5 times the amount of the money they have right now. And imagine that if you have 1 million and you get the question, how much more do you need to be happy? And you say 3 million. Do you really believe this shit? That you're happy when you hit the 3 million? And he brought the story that I want to close with from my side today, where he said he interviewed this guy and he sold his company for $100 million. And he rented a yacht and invited all his friends, and they came to the harbor and entered the yacht, and it was beautiful. He was joyful. He was happy, the guy that invited all of them, until one of his friends stood on the side of the boat and looked over to another yacht that was much bigger than theirs. And he only asked one question. He said, I wonder who's on the other yacht. And then the author said, and in this moment, this multimillionaire felt so sad and so sick and not joyful anymore, because he started to compare what he had with others. And the moment you start comparing yourself about love, about money, about joy, about whatever is in life, you're doomed to lose. And we wish you all the best, that you always focus on yourself and yourself only, and know that you are it already without doing anything. You're God's highest form of creation and an amazing gift. And we believe in you. Whatever you are or whatever you have, we don't care, because it's about you and only you.
It is. I will detail that. And it's really fantastic. What Norma was saying, it brought me to one story which I will close with. And that is, I was talking to a guy who said he was from New York, and he built quite a successful businesses. He was quite wealthy. He said one day he decided to leave. He lost everything. So he bankrupt, something happened. I think the partner decided, and he left to India for 3 years. He was in the mountains with the monks and with meditations. He said that was the best time of his life, because when it took him a while to realize that you have to let go of the materialistic stuff in there. And as much as we all know this, and as much as we all say, materialistic stuff doesn't matter, we're surrounded by it in a huge way. We focus on it. We work mostly because we need to buy things. Well, when you're there in the jungle meditating, you actually realize all you need is the food. And usually the people in the village, they would be cooking. They're much helpful. And he would be part of the families, would invite him to join their home for an evening to eat and tell them stories. So that goes back to what we talk, and Norma mentioned this. Stories are everything. Pay attention to stories, because stories are experiences of people. Now, as we talk about energy and the self-image blending last episode as well, is you collecting these stories with that current image. So make sure that the one thing you do is really think about who you would love to be and upgrade that image. And the reason we started the faith building podcast, obviously we had various ideas, was we choose the theme faith for ourselves too. So how better you actually work on yourself than helping others to do the same. If you're teaching something, you're growing way faster in the same thing. We're still experiencing things which we're building our faith, but it really is amazing when you put your almost step into that faith shoes of yours and start doing things and surround yourself with community like you guys, because you're here because you're probably aligned to what we're saying, and it will help you in your life. I'm pretty sure it will help you. It helps anyone. So if you have someone who you think they would actually find it beneficial to listen to any of us, just feel free to share. But we really love that people come along. They come invited through friends because they feel that they should be here. And like Norma mentioned, with the following the likes and people going out there and how many followers they now have, that it doesn't work for us. It never kind of did. And we still align to what we love and who we are. Yes, there are people who do that, and that's okay. And those people who need to learn how to create 1 million followers, they should go to some of those people. So we all have tribes, because energetically you align to people who you are. Now, pay attention, because there can be positive and negative too. But really be yourself and just be better version of yourself every single day. Every single day, just be better. And that's all I'm going to leave you with. And I'm grateful for all of you to be here. And we are grateful for all of you to be here. And thank you so much.
And we see you next week again. Bye bye.